Hi, welcome to Three Questions with. Got my buddy David Virden with us from Virden Benefits. Hey, David, welcome to the show.
Hey, Kevin, appreciate you having me.
So why don't we start at the beginning? Tell us a little bit about the business. What do you do?
Well, I am a supplemental benefits broker. And the questions are always I get, well, what are supplemental benefits? How does that differ from health insurance? Supplemental benefits, quite simply, are designed to fill in the gaps and pay you where medical insurance does not pay you. You know, I remember the good old days of no deductibles, or maybe the $250 deductible back in the 90s and before. Nowadays, I see $3,000 individual, $6,000 family, or higher deductibles. That's one example of where medical insurance isn't covering you until you fulfill that example. So the products that I have can fill those gaps. Those products include accident protection, cancer protection, hospital indemnity, critical illness protection, and some others that are designed specifically for that. You know, things like short-term disability are designed to keep your paycheck going if you get sick or hurt and can't work. So that's where we're there. The products that I offer are there to keep you financially whole in the face of injury or illness.
So David, to me, this becomes even more important as we became self-employed. You know, because like we were talking before the show, if I'm still at the bank and, I had to miss a couple weeks of work because something happened, I'm still going to get paid. I still have medical, so everything's okay. Now we work for ourselves, and just something simple, you fall and you twist up your knee, and it just, you sprain your ankle and you can't work for 3 or 4 days, or God forbid, a couple weeks.
Sure.
And now income just comes to a crashing halt because you can't be out doing anything. And it's
Right.
something as simple as that can throw off our whole financial picture. We fall behind on bills because we're down for a couple weeks. This would kind of help,
Oh, yeah.
right?
That's absolutely true. For the self-employed, or even for a lot of companies, small to medium-sized businesses that can't afford to offer benefits. If you're working for one of those, then you don't have disability that's going to pay you if you get hurt or sick and have to leave. Or in the case of maternity leave, for example, disability can cover for that. But for the entrepreneur, for the single entity entrepreneur with no employees, yeah, a paycheck is just important to him or her that it is to all of us. And, with the various providers I work with, I can work with companies as small as that one person and bigger to offer disability and other products. And for a company that is a 10-person, 15-person, 25-person that really wants to offer benefits, but it's just too darn expensive, it's important to know that supplemental benefits can be inserted and made part of your benefits package, Mr. or Mrs. Employer, at really little to no cost to you. You can choose to do it as very affordable payroll deductions to your employees, and the premiums are very affordable. You can do it as straight payroll deductions. However, there is a trend as of late. Last couple of years, more and more employers have decided to do a defined contribution of some sort. They will do a flat dollar amount towards one or more of the benefits, or a percentage towards one of the benefits. I opened up a new account last month up in Newburyport, a small construction company, where the business owner decided to fund 100% of disability for his guys. And that can be looked at in a couple different ways, but one of them is a way to retain employees or recruit new ones.
Yep.
So that business owner, that construction company owner, now has disability, accident protection, and life insurance were the three that we put in up there, that he can advertise and say, come work for me and you have access to these benefits, including 100% funded short-term disability. That gives him a leg up over maybe the construction company down the street that doesn't offer that. And he is funding disability, but the other stuff the guys are funding on their own. And it's a really affordable way for him to stay competitive.
I really like the option because different people care about different things, whether that may be, cancer coverage, whatever it may be. Well, especially like in your situation where someone's like, hey, I'm going to pay X dollars a month towards whichever one of these policies you want. What a nice way to, to show you care about your employees. David, if it's where you want me to spend my money for you, I'll do it. That's incredible to me.
That's a really good way to look at it. I often say that these benefits can be looked at as sort of a la carte options. And if I get the green light from a business owner to present to the 10 employees that work for this employer, and I go in, say, with disability, accident, cancer, and life insurance. Usually no more than 4 to begin, usually 3 really, because we don't want to dizzy people with too many options at the beginning. But the cancer policy is going to resonate with the person sitting over there who's got a family history.
Yep.
The accident policy is going to be to the gentleman in the corner who's got 3 kids playing ice hockey, and they've been to the ER how many times already this year. And, it's one important thing to know is accident cancer products can cover spouse and children up to age 26 as well. And yet again, the mom sitting over there who just had her first baby, she's just back from maternity, but the paycheck is super important right now because we got a new baby in the house. We got diapers and food and everything else to pay for right now, including the roof over our heads. Well, if an injury or illness happens, there's no paycheck. So short-term disability is going to resonate with her. So that's how these products can work. A business owner can be proud to bring these in and offer them as a la carte options to the employees to help them meet their particular personal needs. And at the end of the day, when an employee feels secure, protected by these benefits, that makes them happier. And again, you can advertise these benefits to recruit as well. And it can be a really a win-win in that regard, and doesn't have to cost the business really anything.
David, I've had friends, business owners that have had policies that you're offering, and something's happened to them. And they're like, thank God I had that. Because, I don't have any money coming in, so be able to use it to cover out deductibles or just, help pay the bills while I couldn't work. And they're like, that was really the difference between staying in business and not. Yeah, like most of us, we think we're Superman or Superwoman. Nothing's ever going to happen to us.
Right.
I've had friends go, I thought the same thing until it did. And, thank God I had it because, it would have cost me my business. Not to be over dramatic about it, but, I tell people, think about your life, David. We're friends, man, how much money are you sitting on? Do you have a few months' expenses? And I have friends that the answer is no, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. But David, one bad thing, and it's all gonna, it's a house of cards, unfortunately. I know.
It's true. It's so true. I've got countless stories, clients with whom I work, and I've helped them with these situations. Let's just face it, accidents happen. Illness happens. I lost my father to a terminal illness 10 years ago. This stuff happens, man. Life happens. And the way to look at the products, the supplemental products that can be offered are, you should look at it as affordable, practical peace of mind. Because even if the very successful business person, family, wife and children has some money in the bank, a cancer diagnosis comes, and those treatments can take months and wipe out savings. Cancer bankrupts individuals and families. That's why you see GoFundMe online all the time, or people second mortgaging the house or selling the car. That's just an example of a cancer policy. I just was on the phone before we got on here with a client of mine with an accident policy who dislocated his shoulder a couple of days before 4th of July, and so he's putting in a claim there. I've got the mom whose son broke his toe on the trampoline, and her family accident plan, is going to pay towards his emergency room and the X-ray and whatever they did. I mean, that's what these things are designed to do, is to provide peace of mind and practical coverage to keep you from getting in a financial hole. I mean, the statistics are real that, a very high percentage of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings, or paycheck to paycheck, as you said. And if for disability, for example, for roughly 1 hour's wage a week, you could protect your paycheck with disability. And for a 3-month or a 6-month, your choice here in Massachusetts. Up in New Hampshire, you can do 6 month or higher. For as examples, how many of us could sustain ourselves rather if for 3 or 6 months without that paycheck?
Right.
So for it's really something to be able to put 3 or 6 month paycheck protection in your back pocket. It's very powerful and can just really save the day when the unexpected happens. I mean, because it can and it does.
Yep. So David, what's the best way to reach out to you? How can people learn more, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, I would welcome phone calls at 617-233-9937 or David at Virden Benefits LLC.com if you want to send me an email. And then I'm on all the socials. You can find me there. You just search Virden Benefits. Kevin, I really appreciate this time you've given me and the support.
Thanks for calling in. And as always, thanks for being my friend. Have a good day.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.